This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
"6:45 a.m. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. The news edited by J. Yogaraj and read by Mario Vijayavardhana. The headlines. The UNHRC Council's 46th session commences in Geneva today. Many topics are included in the panel discussion, which lasts a month from the 22nd of February to the 23rd of March 2021. Sri Lanka gains support for UNHRC counter-moves. Dr. Pratibha Mahanamaheva says, all should unite to defeat the sinister move scheduled to be brought by the UNHRC's 46th session. Cultural centres located island-wide will be renovated to suit the present conditions. An effective plan will also be designed to attract more direct foreign funds to strengthen the economy. In the coronavirus update, 519 new infections confirmed yesterday. 10 more deaths reported yesterday. Sri Lanka's COVID-19 death toll hits 445. In news overseas, Afghanistan's Ghani sees window of opportunity for peace process. In sports, Sri Lanka hopes to appoint Tom Moody as Director of Cricket. The UNHRC Council's 46th session commences today. There will be many panel discussions planned during this session, which lasts almost a month, from the 22nd of February to the 23rd of March 2021 in Geneva. The panel discussions include annual high-level panel discussions on human rights mainstreaming, where the main theme focusing the state of play in the fight against racism and discrimination 20 years after the adoption of the Durban Declaration and the plan of action, and the effects of the COVID-19 pandemic on these efforts. Another panel discussion is planned at a biennial high-level panel discussion on the question of the death penalty. The theme is human rights violations related to the use of the death penalty, in particular with respect to whether the use of the death penalty has a deterrent effect on the crime rate. Another panel discussion is scheduled to be held on the role of poverty alleviation in promoting and protecting human rights. The annual full-day meeting on the rights of the child will be held on the rights of the child and sustainable development goals. Meanwhile, an annual interactive debate on the rights of persons with disabilities is also on the cards, with the main theme focusing on participation in sport, under Article 30 of the Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities. Foreign Minister Dinesh Gunawardena said that Sri Lanka has gathered the support of a fair number of countries at the United Nations Human Rights Council as the government faces a crucial session that begins today in Geneva with confidence. Quote, the UNHRC is acting on country-specific resolutions. This was not what it was established for. It was to reach to a higher ground on principles and for general consensus-based agreements to be moved. Now most of the countries are reacting to this issue because today it is Sri Lanka, while by chance tomorrow it could be any other country, unquote, he elaborated. The minister was participating at a political discussion on YouTube conducted by journalist Malinda Senaviratne on Sri Lanka's position on the Geneva allegations over the weekend. According to the minister, the UN Human Rights High Commissioner Michelle Bachelet's report on Sri Lanka consists of allegations against security forces, internal matters, and proposals on possible sanctions. Sri Lanka has already replied to its contents at an official capacity, he said. Sri Lanka had been facing such allegations since 2009, even as the country was taking clear steps to restore the lives of the war-affected people with the support and knowledge of the United Nations, he said. Dr. Pratibha Mahanamaheva says, all should unite to defeat the sinister move scheduled to be brought by the UNHRC's 46th session. The UNHRC is planning to table some resolutions in Geneva this time, he added. But the Sri Lankan camp should be prepared to counter those allegations. Dr. Mahanamaheva says, AC resolution with regard to missing persons is scheduled to be presented with some wrong or fabricated data. Therefore, Sri Lanka should be prepared to counter the allegations with accurate details. An effective plan should be designed to defeat these allegations, he added. This news broadcast comes to you from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
HDFC Smart Goals. All it takes is 3 years.
The Additional Secretary to the Cultural Ministry, Vijit Nandakumara, says the cultural centres located island-wide will be renovated to suit the present conditions. The main objective is to introduce a high-standard syllabus and implement programs in those centres. There are 194 cultural centres established under the Cultural Affairs Department. The Additional Secretary further said 8 cultural centres will be established in Batticaloa in the near future. Sri Lanka registered 265 more positive cases of COVID-19 yesterday as the total novel coronavirus infections reported within the day reached 519. The Department of Government Information says 495 of yesterday's cases are close contacts of the earlier cases linked to the Paligoda cluster. 23 others were detected from the prisons cluster. The remaining patient is an arrival from a foreign country. New development has pushed the country's confirmed COVID-19 cases count to 79,999. According to COVID-19 figures, 5,265 active cases are still under medical care at select hospitals and treatment centres. Meanwhile, total recoveries reported in the country now stands at 74,299. Sri Lanka has also witnessed 445 fatalities due to the outbreak of the pandemic. Sri Lanka witnessed 10 more COVID-19 related fatalities as the death toll climbed to 445, the Director General of Health Services confirmed yesterday. According to the Department of Government Information, all of the deceased were aged over 50 years. A 74-year-old man from Kolonnawa died while receiving treatment at the Homagama Base Hospital. He was transferred from the Colombo National Hospital after testing positive for the virus. The cause of death was recorded as COVID-19 pneumonia and complicated liver disease. An 82-year-old woman from the Vallavatta area died at the Homagama Base Hospital. She had been transferred from the Colombo South Teaching Hospital upon testing positive for the virus. The cause of death was cited as COVID pneumonia. A 58-year-old woman died on the 16th of February at her home in the Kalutara area. COVID-19 infection, blood poisoning, heart disease and acute diabetes were reported as the cause of death. A 72-year-old woman who was living in the Vaskadua area died at her home on the 16th of February. The cause of death was recorded as COVID-19, blood poisoning and a heart attack due to high blood pressure. A 65-year-old man from Bibile died on the 19th of February. He was moved to the Kandy National Hospital from Monoragala at the district hospital after testing positive for the virus. He suffered from brain hemorrhage and respiratory tract infection along with COVID-19. A 68-year-old man from the Gurutalava area who tested positive for the virus at the General Hospital in Badulla was transferred to the Mullaeriyawa Base Hospital where he died on February 20th. COVID pneumonia, heart disease, kidney disease and acute diabetes were recorded as the cause of death. A 68-year-old man from the Pitakote area died on admission to the Colombo South Teaching Hospital on the 19th of February. The cause of death was cited as wheezing and acute diabetes along with COVID-19. That's local news.
Darling, our daughter has top O-level results. Do you know what this means?
Yes, just 3 years and she'll be going abroad for her degree.
For which we'll need a bank loan.
But is a normal loan the smartest option?
What else?
The smartest way is to start an HDFC Smart Goals account.
Let your child begin their degree with no delays. Start an HDFC Smart Goals account. Call 2356 888.
Honey, you're so smart.
HDFC Smart Goals. All it takes is 3 years.
A mother knows the pain of each member of the family. Siddhalepa, the trusted relief for aches and pains.
An effective therapy for relief from cold, sneezing, flu, headaches, swelling due to toothaches, rheumatic, discomforts, and muscular aches and pains. Siddhalepa, the Vidamahatmya in every home.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
Minister Kehelia Rambukwala says a special work plan is put in place to promote local industries under the Saubhagya Dakma policy manifesto. The minister also pointed out that although many efforts have been taken to promote local industries after independence, the previous governments have not taken effective measures to push this drive forward. The minister made these remarks after opening a Vishwakala sales outlet at Kundasale yesterday.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
Brush your teeth twice a day for healthy teeth and gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, your trusted brands in oral care for many years.
Supiriviki Ayurvedic toothpaste for adults. Kakulu Ayurvedic toothpaste for kids. 9 Ayurvedic ingredients of Supiriviki will protect your teeth and strengthen your gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, products from Siddhalepa.
And now in Watchlight, the residents and motorists of the Vallavasa area complain certain main roads and inner roads are impassable due to the dilapidated conditions of those roads in the area. Especially the vehicular transport on W.S. Silva Road and Pamankara Road have been affected frequently due to the various excavation works and repair work. The situation becomes worse during the rainy days. Sudden excavation work on the main roads also make the situation worse. The roads look uneven even after the repair work. This is another bad situation which makes the motorists and residents uncomfortable. This is a serious problem identified by the various sectors. This is for the attention of the RDA, the City Traffic Police and the Colombo Municipal Council. The residents warn that if this problem persists for long, the matter will be officially informed to the President and the Prime Minister.
World News. Brought to you by courtesy of...
From the first step you take till the time we meet, the trusted leader prioritizes you always.
All you need under one roof. People's Leasing, the trusted leader.
In world news headlines, Afghanistan's Ghani sees window of opportunity for peace process. Pangong Lake, India and China complete pullback of forces. Myanmar coup, huge crowds mourn woman killed in protests. Afghanistan's president says there is a window of opportunity to accelerate the peace process following NATO's announcement that it has made no final decision on withdrawing troops. Ashraf Ghani made the comments in an exclusive interview with the BBC. The NATO military alliance has close to 10,000 troops in the war-torn country. Under US-Taliban deal, they were due to be withdrawn by May after 20 years. But there are concerns that Taliban violence could intensify. India and China have completed the pullback of troops from part of their disputed Himalayan border, a joint statement issued by the Indian Defence Ministry says. Soldiers completed their withdrawal from the Pangong Tso Lake area on Saturday according to the communique. Clashes on the poorly marked border led to the deaths of 24 troops last June. Both sides say they will work to cut tensions on other parts of the border or line of actual control. Huge crowds in Myanmar's capital, Nay Pyi Taw, have attended the funeral of a young woman killed in protests against a military coup. Mya Twe Twe Kaing was shot in the head just before her 20th birthday, the first of at least 3 people to die in the protests. Yesterday, thousands lined the streets to honor her, some making the 3-fingered salutes used by demonstrators. The military overthrew the elected government earlier this month. And now the main points of the world news segment once again. Afghanistan's Ghani sees window of opportunity for peace process. Pangong Lake, India and China complete pullback of forces. Myanmar coup, huge crowds mourn woman killed in protests. That was world news.
World News. Brought to you by courtesy of...
From the first step you take till the time we meet, the trusted leader prioritizes you always.
All you need under one roof. People's Leasing, the trusted leader.
And now in development news, State Minister Ajit Niwad Cabral says the COVID-19 pandemic should be taken as a good opportunity to establish a suitable economy and sustainable economy in the country. Accordingly, the country can be guided to a new direction with more prospects. An effective plan will also be designed to attract more direct foreign funds to strengthen the economy. That was development news. And now in sports news. Tom Moody has been lined up on what is understood to be a 3-year contract to become Sri Lanka Cricket's Director of Cricket, a newly created role that will oversee almost every facet of the game in the country. The appointment will seek to utilise Moody's experience working within cricketing structures in Australia, England and India to keep Sri Lankan cricket up to date with the latest tech advancements and best practices in the sport.
Contributory deposit of 1,000 rupees from NSB when your child enters grade 1. Open a Hapan Children's Service account for your kid today. Higher interest. Conditions apply.
Business News. Sponsored by National Savings Bank. The safest place for your money.
Pan Asia Banking Corporation PLC reported the best ever annual financial results during the year ended December 31st, 2020 to report a pre-tax profit of 2.84 billion rupees and a post-tax profit of 2.05 billion rupees after recording impressive growth rates of 23% and 17% respectively, demonstrating resilience amidst challenging macroeconomic conditions.
Business News. Sponsored by National Savings Bank. The safest place for your money.
Contributory deposit of 1,000 rupees from NSB when your child enters grade 1. Open a Hapan Children's Service account for your kid today. Higher interest. Conditions apply.
Economic News. Courtesy of...
Just move on real time, save more, LOLC real time. Paying the premium for transactions, simply save now real time. Day night, no trouble for your transactions, LOLC real time. Download LOLC Finance real time app for your LOLC savings account. Attractive interest rates, transactions anytime, anywhere with a zero cost and more benefits.
The construction of Sri Lanka's largest fishing harbour with an investment of 9 billion rupees in Gandhara Devinuvara in the Matara district has commenced. Kanchana Vijayasekara, State Minister of Ornamental Fish, Inland Fish and Prawn Farming, Fishery Harbour Development, Multi-Day Fishing and Fish Exports, told the media on the sidelines of a factory inspection tour of Sri Lanka's canned fish manufacturers TESS Group in Padagoda last week. The State Minister said it would have a natural depth of about 9 metres, which could accommodate larger vessels, and they would spend close to 7 billion rupees in government funds and another 2 billion rupees for necessary acquisitions of land for the project. The total cost on the part of the government will add up to 9 billion rupees. Vijayasekara said they plan to open the harbour in December 2023 and are on the right track to finish the work on time.
Congratulations on your promotion. When will be our treat, huh?
How about today?
Oh no, I was just joking.
It's fine. I have my LOLC credit card with me. Let's go out today.
Introducing LOLC Finance Credit Cards. Fuel the goodness in you.
And now for the weather report. The Met Department says showers at times will occur in the eastern and Uva provinces and in the Masale and Nuvara Elia districts. Showers or thundershowers will occur at several places in the western and Sabaragamu provinces and in the Gala, Mathura and Kandy districts during the evening or night. Fairly heavy falls above 75 millimeters can be expected at some places in these areas. Several spells of showers may occur in the northern and north-central provinces. Misty conditions can be expected at some places in the central, Sabaragamu, Uva and western provinces and in the Gala and Mathura districts during the morning. The general public is kindly requested to take adequate precautions to minimize damages caused by temporary localized strong winds and lightning during the thunder showers. This weather report was issued this morning at 4:30 a.m. Further details could be obtained by visiting the official website of the department. That was the weather report, and now the headlines of this news broadcast once again. The UNHRC Council's 46th session commences in Geneva today. Many topics are included in the panel discussion, which lasts a month from the 22nd of February to the 23rd of March 2021. Sri Lanka gains support for UNHRC counter moves. Dr. Pratibha Mahanamaheva says all should unite to defeat the sinister move scheduled to be brought by the UNHRC's 46th session. Cultural centres located island-wide will be renovated to suit the present conditions. An effective plan will also be designed to attract more direct foreign funds to strengthen the economy. In the coronavirus update, 519 new infections confirmed yesterday. 10 more deaths reported yesterday. Sri Lanka's COVID-19 death toll hits 445. In news overseas, Afghanistan's Ghani sees window of opportunity for peace process. In sports news, Sri Lanka hopes to appoint Tom Moody as Director of Cricket. That concludes this news broadcast, and now it's back to your host, Sharifa Tahir, on the other side to keep you in great company, and I can see Ronald as well. Over to you.